Burbank is really a community program because it starts and ends with the community. It's people from all walks of life who've got some interest or passion or skill, and they want to give back to their community, make their community better. And so this is a program to help them gain experience, build those skills, and then eventually do give back to the community.
Each year, the Leadership Burbank class is tasked to complete a project that will make a lasting and meaningful impact on the community that it serves. Over 30 projects were submitted, a feasibility study was done, and eventually the selection was made, shaping a child's view of justice.
The one that was near and dear to my heart, and it was purely out of the experience of my wife, she did an internship down at the LA County Probate Division, and she was telling me these stories about these kids that were down there, and their parents were taken away into the court, and the kids were just left outside. But luckily, there were these really nice areas for them to hang out at. And I just remember going to the Burbank court, and you're in a cold, sterile area in the hallway, and there's really not a place for them to go. I think working with the court's going to be the greatest challenge.
Making the plan seemed easy, and so it was. They established work teams: research, design, construction, fundraising, marketing, and model development. But nobody expected that the court might have second thoughts.
And I think reality kind of sunk in once we said, you know, we'd really like to do this. And maybe a little bit of buyer's remorse or something like that, where she finally realized, well, if we did this, you know, there's, you know, what's going to be involved in all of this. After the meeting today, I'm still kind of lukewarm about the prospects of us actually being able to get it done.
It's a little nerve-wracking, actually, after experiencing the real world resistance. We want to do something good here. It's not proving to be as easy as we hope.
Here's the thing. Here's what's going down. Over the last weekend, there's been a lot of discussion back and forth at the courthouse, and really we're having an incredibly hard time getting a solid buy-in from them.
But my question is did you guys get any signed documents from the courthouse regarding your project?
I put it in the quill. Will this fit? I mean, I would actually like to know, will this work? Do you still want this? Should
I
rip it out
actually
now?
think it...
Is there anyone within the city of Burbank that you can contact?
And so the calls were made, strings were pulled, and the project was a go, just in time for the fundraiser. A great outpouring of support by leaders and friends from all around the city of Burbank.
I think it's just a reflection on the quality that's been coming out of Leadership Burbank, the quality projects, and the education that you're giving people. I think it's a wonderful thing, and this is a strong community, but it only remains strong based on the people in it. And this class gives everybody a chance to really learn about Burbank, and I think it opens a lot of eyes. So we're just very happy to be up here supporting you, and thank you for inviting me.
Hey, have you taken Leadership Burbank yourself, Dave?
I have. I've taken the 16-year Leadership Burbank course.
So we have a fabulous fundraiser, great PR, get a lot of support and people behind us, and then we essentially learned that we were going to have to scale down.
Mainly based around liability issues on the court side. Both physical liability issues about having certain types of materials in there that people could hurt themselves with, and the issue about having parents in that courthouse and providing such a inviting environment for children that they would leave kids untended. As it turned out, we did too good of a job.
And so the group rallied, modified their design, and created a model for other courthouses to follow. When the day finally arrived, the Leadership Burbank class of '09 installed the beginnings of shaping a child's view of justice.
Installation of the quilt is complete.
We as adults don't always recognize that. We're so involved in our own problems, we forget the children, or we involve the children in our own problems. And so I was thinking about those cases when I was making the quilt, and that was important to me to be able to say, we recognize your existence, and we want to provide you with comfort. And that was really important to me.
I kind of always realized the value of art to kids, and you know, being a big kid myself, I love teaching them and playing and thinking how they think. So when I heard the kids were involved, and hiding the elements inside is just like those magazines we used to play with highlights. I don't know if you remember that, you know, but find the key, find the drum. So, you know, it's fun, it's all fun. So I'm glad to do it.
So we've been doing this 7 years, and no class is the same,
right?
Because the people who come together are really different.
Yeah.
Plus, the issues are different. Every year we have a chance to take on the new issues that are current in the community.
But in the end, you know, I think if we can get the job done, we're gonna walk into that courthouse and with great pride and say, you know what, I was a part of that, and that's the point, you know. If you can walk around your community and say, I am a part of this, and that this will be a shared experience that we can feel proud of and hopefully inspire many, many more.
Well, I'm a proud graduate of Leadership Burbank. I will tell you that I didn't know much about it when I went into it. I believe I was the second class and second or third. But I learned so much by Leadership Burbank from not only the different city functions, but all the different community groups, the different businesses that take such a great interest in the city itself. And I really had a great time during that year that I was in Leadership Burbank.
Leadership Burbank, to me, really has this wonderful opportunity, mostly through networking of the people who go through it back in their companies and organizations, to bring us more people to be the replacements for all of us, to be tomorrow's leaders.
I'm a huge proponent of Leadership Burbank. I think it's critical. I think it's an important part of a city that's trying to grow its leadership internally. I think Leadership Burbank gives you a platform of understanding of the different components of a community, but then I think it develops the leadership skills that allow you to influence the decisions and truly lead the community from whatever role you decide to play.
Leadership Burbank is a great opportunity for people that are interested in really learning leadership skills and how to coordinate community services. Leadership Burbank is the perfect tool to do that. And there really isn't any other organization that pulls it all together and brings it all together for a group of people that are willing to learn. Otherwise, you have to do it on your own, and it's all packaged up very nicely in the Leadership Burbank program.
And that's the beauty of it. I think it's great in theory, and I was sold from the get-go, but it really does work. Folks that leave Leadership Burbank, I see them connecting and getting more involved, which, to my understanding, is the core reason for Leadership Burbank.